Welcome back, it's Sarcastle Cooks, and today we are making the famous Tom Cruise cake. I'm following Babish's recipe, so let's try this and see if it's worth joining Scientology for. We're going to start by browning 1 cup or 2 sticks of unsalted butter. Now we're going to grease a bundt pan by spraying some non-stick cooking spray and using a paper towel to really get in the nitty-gritties and make sure that it's all greased so the batter doesn't stick to it, obviously. Now, since browning butter takes out some of that water, we can add it back by adding some ice cubes to bring it back up to 225 grams. Put this in the fridge or freezer until it solidifies back into a softened butter state. It should look something like this, and we're just gonna beat this to get it all nice and fluffy before we add in our 2 cups or 400 grams of sugar, piece by piece. Make sure you're scraping down the side of the bowl every once in a while to keep things thoroughly even. Now we're going to add 4 room temperature eggs, beating for about 30 seconds in between each egg. Now we can add in some delicious melted and cooled white chocolate, about 115 grams of that. Once that's all incorporated, we're going to add a 3/4 cup or 160 grams of coconut milk and 1/3 cup or 100 grams of sour cream. Make sure that's unsweetened coconut milk, by the way. Now the recipe calls for 1 teaspoon of coconut extract, but I threw in a little bit extra because I tasted it and I thought it needed more. So go ahead and add 1 to 2 teaspoons of coconut extract. Now I'm adding in this mixture I mixed, which was 3 cups or 360 grams of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, half a teaspoon of baking soda, and 1 teaspoon of salt. And I'm just adding that in parts until it's all incorporated. Now try to pour it as evenly as you can into your bundt pan. I found that kind of jostling it around like this helped get it more even, and slamming it on the table or the counter gets rid of some of those air bubbles, so that's really important to do. Bake this at 325 degrees for 55 to 65 minutes till the toothpick comes out clean. And for our cream cheese frosting, we're going to whip together 1 block or 8 ounces of cream cheese and 1 stick of butter, and I threw in a pinch of salt. Slowly add 3 cups or 360 grams of powdered sugar or confectioner sugar. Somewhere in the sugar adding process, we're going to add about a tablespoon of vanilla. I put this in my cake in the fridge to cool at the same time so that the frosting would be the right consistency, not too soft, but not too hard by the time the cake was cooled. I'm going to smear some frosting on the bottom of my cake board so that our cake sticks better when we flip it around. Ta-da! Doesn't look amazing right now, but it gets much sexier once we put all the frosting and the coconut on top. All you really have to do here is just make sure that you have a semi-even smearing of frosting on your cake, and then you're good. It acts as a glue for the coconut shavings. I had to stop and put both my cake and the frosting back in the fridge a couple times because it was getting a little too soft, so it's totally fine if you have to do that too. Because I'm trying to make my life semi-easier, I put a baking sheet at the bottom to catch all the stray shavings of coconut. Speaking of that, now we're going to add as much as you need sweetened coconut shavings around the entire cake, kind of just clumping it in your hand and packing it on there. It's optional, but I used a little spoon to hollow out all the pile of coconut in the middle. I thought it just looked nicer that way. Again, this is optional, but mine stayed in the fridge overnight because I didn't need it till the next day, and it kind of helped just kind of keep everything together. And yes, I almost dropped the whole thing right there, but I didn't, thankfully. And here she is. I really like coconut, so I did like this cake, but I don't think I'd sell my soul for it, you know, if I'm being honest. But you're totally welcome to give this recipe a shot and take that gamble for yourself. I brought this to a church event and the whole thing got devoured. I think everybody really liked it. Thank you so much for watching. If you have a suggestion of what I should do next, you can totally comment, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.